inflation.
That's certainly
They hate
part
inflation, they hate riots, and they hate black women. And they hate trans people.
Oh, God, John, we're not
Dude, they just spent hundreds of millions
They
of dollars
don't hate
demonizing
black
trans people. And that's disgusting.
Yeah,
that
we shouldn't talk about.
We'll concentrate on this one clip that I believe is the most unhinged moment between Bill Maher and Jon Cryer. Bill Maher brought this woke idiot Jon Cryer on his podcast, the Club Random Podcast. And this is one of the most insane podcast episodes I have ever seen in my life. This guy is so crazy, to be honest. I had never heard of Jon Cryer at all. Or maybe I had, but I didn't really know who he was until I watched this he makes. Bill Maher appeared to be the most respectable, level-headed American, citizen, and traditionally valued individual. We're talking about Bill Maher, here the man who smokes marijuana constantly, has never been married, and has no plans to get married or have children. He is very woke. But in this clip, it appears that Bill Maher is going full MAGA against this guy. Because Jon Cryer is so crazy, let's start with this footage of Bill Maher completely humiliating this woke. __ on the Club Random Podcast. This is a really crazy clip. So let's get started.
But I don't know. Sometimes people say things that trigger me. And of course, we just had the election, and I feel like my conscience is very clear. I warned everybody about Trump, and then I warned them about what would get him reelected, which was stupid wokeness, which is what got him reelected. So I feel my conscience is very clear that I told you, and I told you, and I told you, and I lost fans for it. You know, lots of the super woke. That like I'm not woke enough for them. Yeah, but like I think I had it right. Like that kind of stuff is what lost the election to the Democrats. It's in all.
Maybe part of it. I don't know. I think a lot.
They have polling on it.
I think it's inflation. I think Americans hate inflation.
That's certainly
they hate inflation. They hate riots, and they hate black women. And they hate trans people.
Oh God, John, we're not.
Dude, they just spent hundreds of millions of dollars demonizing trans people. And that's disgusting.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk politics.
Okay, we shouldn't. Great. We don't have to.
And this, you know, I mean, I have this kind of relationship with people on the right also who like, yeah, it's just going to take so long to even have this discussion. And I want, just like I would like to deprogram them, I feel like there's things that don't get in your bubble on the left that I would love to deprogram, but it's probably not the place to.
Here you can hear Jon Cryer's apprehensive laughing. They hate trans people and black women. He says like, dude, he actually thinks this is true. I'm aware that I frequently claim folks like David Pacman and Bill Maher don't genuinely believe this stuff. They're just trying to please their fans, not actually this dumb in my opinion. But this guy is this dumb in my opinion. I firmly believe that Donald Trump was chosen by Americans not because of crime, inflation, or any of these other factors of foreign policy or the way the world has been collapsing and burning since Joe Biden took office. None of that has anything to do with it. Is it because they despise transgender people and black women? Like that's why Donald Trump won the presidency? Really, man? And I firmly think that's what this person believes. These individuals are just that lost by holding such views. Someone can make Bill Maher appear to be the most rational person on earth. And when Maher won't even attempt to oppose him, you know. It's bad he does, but initially he doesn't even make an effort. He basically says, all right, you are so crazy that we're just not going to discuss politics, because if I try, it will ruin my entire day. Many of these people are like that, too. Talking about their ideas and views is pointless, since they are so out of touch with reality that there's no way to bring them back. It's not feasible. This guy is one of those people, you can't reason someone out of position. They didn't reason themselves into. Bill Maher understands, all right, this isn't going to work. Because you don't have any reasoning in your head, let's simply avoid discussing this naturally, though they still end up talking about it.
Yeah, if that's how you want to spend your leisure hours.
No, I mean...
deprogramming Ducky. There's a spinoff. There's a spinoff, but I feel like the immigration argument gets sidetracked because people just assume that there's a lot of generalizations about immigrants that dehumanize them and are untrue. You are mad that they let that many immigrants in because you think they what? Increase crime? What? Because they don't. Because they increase they decrease wages? Well, no, they don't. there's a whole bunch of arguments that anti-immigration people make, and you say, okay, Democrats left.
I'm not an anti-immigration people.
So you say,
what I said was
wait a minute, what about that?
Okay.
So you're the one saying Democrats are letting in immigrants, and they punted it. Okay, you're absolutely right. Immigrants up during those years.
Asylum. They changed the definition of asylum, and they immediately reversed Trump's stay in Mexico or wait in Mexico or something. He had a different
chill out in Mexico.
I mean, chill out.
Yes, just fucking chill, man. Wait there.
And we were still, letting in, as we should. We are a nation of immigrants, and we need immigrants.
There you go.
But most Americans felt, including lots of Democrats and people of color, and he won the Latino vote by half. Come on, man. At a certain point, everybody was around the idea that, okay, immigration, fine, but it has to be somewhat orderly, and not anyone.
Yes, and again,
and asylum had a certain specific meaning, which went up in the air. They overcorrected.
You could be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also feel like obviously, you can say Democrats took too long to address it, but then they did. And Trump, of course, killed it. So he doesn't care about that. And again, you've been outspoken.
That's true too.
And I appreciate that, by the way, for you that you were being outspoken. I appreciate that you lost fans. They needed more free time. It's better that they don't watch your show.
It actually is.
I'm sorry?
It actually is, because they're just, here's how.
I'm dying at the nervous laughter. I don't understand why he's doing it, but it seems like he knows he's being unhinged and is trying to cope by laughing nervously. It's like he's thinking, oh, that was a little out there. Let me nervously laugh to kind of ease attention. And everything he's saying is just so ridiculous and out of touch with reality. The nervous laughter is killing me. It makes me cringe. Bill Maher similarly looks like he's thinking. I can't believe what this guy is saying right. Now, if I were sitting across from him, I would have two options, even if my beliefs weren't exactly the same as Bill Maher's, even if they were more left-leaning and a bit more common sense than is either we'd have a heated argument or we wouldn't talk about this stuff at all. Because I just don't have it in me. It's not in my blood. Maybe you guys are like this too, letting people say stupid things around me. Without correcting them gets me into trouble a lot. I just can't sit there and let someone say something incredibly stupid with that much confidence. I can't do it. Bill Maher seems to be kind of like that too. Let's see what else he has to say.
It used to be the conservatives, the Jerry Falwell types, who you would do a stick-up-their-ass joke about. Now it's the woke. They're the ones with the stick up their ass. They're the ones who don't have a sense of humor. They're the ones who are too sensitive. They're the ones, marching for Hamas, doing things like that.
Again, I think conflating people marching for, to not have Israelis, the IDF carpet bombing is different than marching for Hamas. And yes, Hamas is a terrorist organization. They're a mafia organization. I do not support them in any way. Again, I know they are going to be saying, "Wow, Ducky is not on our side. This is crushing to our movement. We've lost Ducky." But my point being conflating, those two, and obviously there are outrages on the right and there are outrages on the left, and the right wing media ecosystem, is just a constant outrage engine, and constant, and that is very pernicious to America, to having a nation.
I was only watching MSNBC. Not as bad. I mean, the right wing is definitely more dangerous because they don't believe in conceding elections.
Yes,
we are already past what I called, even before he won the first time, a slow-moving.
I can't believe we're still doing this. I'll say it. I've said it once. I've said it a million times. And I'll say it again. I wish that J6 never happened, 4 years ago. I just wish it had never happened. It gave them so much ammunition. They can just talk about it forever. And now Bill Maher gets to say things like, the right wing doesn't believe in conceding elections when it just makes no sense. If the right wing didn't believe in conceding elections, Donald Trump would have never left the White House willingly. He would have had to be forced out or he would have just never left just because he didn't come out and say, hey guys, I Donald Trump am now getting on my knees and conceding the 2020 election. I lost. Thank you guys so much for this loss. Doesn't mean he didn't concede. I'll never understand why that's such a big deal. When he literally left, he literally walked out willingly. That is conceding. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think about Bill Maher having to shut down this woke idiot. But let me know in the comments what you think about Bill Maher shutting down this woke idiot on his show Club Random Podcast.